Hi class, how you guys doing? Okay, I want to do this welcome to Milestone 2, but before I do that, I want to go over back to Milestone 1 real quick. So what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to show you guys real quick. Okay, so this is Learning Path. This is the best way to navigate the course. I'm sure you guys were apprised of that information in your introduction to Brightspace, but whenever you get lost, you can go up here to where the class homepage is. That'll take you right to the class homepage. And in that class homepage, there's the announcements are right here, over here on this side. And then, of course, the learning course resources are right here. So these are two places you should check pretty much regularly. Welcome to Module 1. This is where the Welcome to Module 2, as soon as I'm finished with this announcement, this is where it will reside. And then over here, Learning Path, you got to check this every day because I populate this quite often. Like, for example, I put this video here, how to increase contrast in your sketches using Photoshop. So like quite a bit of really useful resources and information over there. And that's, of course, again, in the course resources learner tab. Okay, so be sure to check that. Okay, so as I was saying, I think the best way, if you ever get completely lost, just go right back to that right there, image manipulation. That'll take you to your course homepage. But once in the class, this is your friend right here, Learning Path. And so you check Learning Path and it goes right here to, this is all the modules in the class. Okay, so I just want to jump to Milestone 1 real quick. I want to do something real quick because there's something a few people missed. All right, so here are all of your learning activities in Milestone 1. And these are so important, guys. And I've had several emails this week of people saying, hey, yeah, I did. I checked those. I tried to do some of the work first and I was really lost. So I checked the learning activities and it explained everything. So really, it's super important, guys. Please check these learning activities before you do anything in terms of trying to complete any of the milestone tasks. Okay, so the milestone task one was the introduction. Okay, I'm not too worried about that. And milestone 1, task 2. Let's go. This is important right here. The task instructions tab is where everything is described. This might be the most important link in every week. Okay, and as you see, every task post here has right above it has a task instructions. This review task instructions right here on a lot of they're broke. The links are broken in a lot of different places. Right there, that one isn't. That one's going to open, and that's the task instructions. But it doesn't matter because it's the exact same thing as this right above here, task instructions. So Milestone 1, task 2, task instructions. I want to open up and I want to show you guys something because a lot of people miss this. Okay, so here's your video tutorials, right there. They reside right there. Take those video tutorials to show you exactly what to do in completing the assignment. Of course, over here in the milestone overview, in the task overview, you've got your links to take you to the image files associated with that specific exercise, as well as the classroom chapters in the ebook, okay? Now, one thing I want to show you is that, now, when you read the milestone overview, you really have to read the whole thing. A lot of people miss this right here. Once you're done with the classroom, with the textbook exercise, select and make another copy of one of the shells, and add a new object, or add a new object of your choice from another photograph. Select it from its background and place it somewhere else in the composition. And then select and make at least one more copy of the screw image, rotate it, and place it somewhere else in the composition. A bunch of people missed that in their initial post for Milestone 1, task 2. And as you'll see, if you were one of those people, I left comments in your grading area that said, hey, don't forget to do this and go ahead and make sure you make those adjustments before you submit your final submission. Which brings me to my next point. Every one of these tasks, you'll take a look at your comments and make sure that you adjust those comments going into the final submission. Okay, let's jump over to task. Let's jump over to milestone. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to jump into Milestone 2 right now because I want to show you what's going on in Milestone 2. So let's go to Learning Path. Let's jump over to Milestone 2. Okay, and then in Milestone 2, we've got a little more here. In Milestone 2, we have Milestone 2, Task 1, Milestone 2, Task 2, and then Milestone 2, Final Submission. Let's take a look at Milestone 2. And then, of course, you've got your learning activities. So make sure that you go through every single one of these. And then when you get to Milestone 2, Task 1, go to the instructions link first. I'm going to open that link up, Milestone 2, Task 1 instructions, and I want to point your attention to something. Again, here's your task files. Download those files. There's the chapter from the ebook. All right. Now, again, before you submit it, it's not just the chapter exercise. Once you have submitted a lesson, make the following changes to your document. Okay, so then read through that, and then to further reinforce that, right down here, here's an example of what you have to do. And that was, there was also an example down there in Milestone 1, Task 2, showing that those extra tasks that need to be done. So be sure to go through everything here, guys, in the task overview, in the task instructions overview section. It's really important. Don't skip these videos either. They show you, again, step by step, exactly how to do everything. Okay, so that's Milestone 1, Task 2. I'm sorry, Milestone 2, Task 1. Now let's jump back to Learning Path, and then we would, once we completed that, we would go ahead and submit that, and then wait for your grading remarks, and then you would apply any changes that were made in those comments to your final submission. So meanwhile, back over to Milestone 2, Task 2 instructions. Where is that? Right here. Milestone 2, Task 2 instructions. So if you'll note, here's your instructions for Milestone 2, Task 2. There's a video that shows you how to create a multi-page PDF. Don't skip that. It's very, very important because a lot of your assignments are going to be submitted via a multi-page PDF. So what you're doing here is you're going to select your images for your creature that you sketched out for Milestone 1. What I want to point to your attention here is it's very important that when you're selecting images for your creature, make sure that they match the perspective of the way that you have it. So in other words, if this skate foot here, this razor scooter here that's used for this foot, if it's pointing sideways like this, it's not going to work. It's got to be pointing in that perspective, just like you matched in your sketches. If you have issues, boy, I'll tell you what, you can do it. You can find a lot online, and image searches online. So, and that's perfectly fine. Or another option is to shoot your own images. A quick trip to the Toys R Us. You can take any of these toys and assemble them, or I don't know if they let you shoot in those stores, but if you have toys or any toys you have laying around, make sure you just lay them before you shoot them in the kind of perspective that you want to match for your caricature. Okay. And again, submission specifications, step for success. Please review those. Let's jump over to Milestone 2, final submission. Right here, Milestone 2, submission instructions. Now I want you to note this as well. So as I said, each one of your milestone tasks, you'll receive comments from me. Doesn't mean necessarily that you have to resubmit the task. Don't do that. It's to move forward. So basically, once the comments are in grading, they're in grading and it's done. That's why I'm saying please pay attention to the milestone overview instructions area. Really, really pay attention to that so you don't miss any points by missing some of these requirements. So in your final submission, what you'll do is you'll address all of those comments that I made for your milestone task submissions. You'll adjust those, then you'll resubmit, or you'll submit in your final submission for the milestone. And then don't forget, it asks you to write a milestone report. Each of your final submissions for each of the final milestones will ask you for a milestone report. So you definitely what you don't want to do is resubmit the same file if you had comments from your task submission. You want to make those adjustments and then describe the adjustments and talk about why not, and give us some written rationale behind that. Okay. I think that's all I have, guys. So that is welcome to Milestone 2, and then you'll take a look at the, as I did in Milestone 1, if we jump back over there, let me go back to Learning Path and show you Milestone 1. I'm sorry, let me go up to this, back to the course homepage. We'll jump back there and we'll go to the announcements area. And as you can see in Welcome Module 1, I have that introduction video. I also have this how to tips for success for Milestone 1. So again, in review, make sure you check out the video. Check out the announcements, and then check out the course resources learner tab for additional resources. Read through watch the video, read through the written portion of the announcement. And then of course, at the end of every announcement, I give you a written description and with due dates and your deliverables for that week. Okay, awesome, guys. And again, of course, don't try any tasks until you review the Milestone 1 or the Milestone learning activities. Okay, wow, that was a mouthful. Only 9 minutes, almost 10 minutes. Sorry, I didn't mean to take that long, but a lot to cover. All right, guys, any questions, comments, concerns whatsoever moving forward, please contact me. All right, thanks, everyone.